we get there, Dave and I have been on a road for the last few weeks, and the road comes to an end tonight. The last
Unironically.
yes, unironically,
Not playing.
completely unplanned. We have been discussing AJ's top 20 non-Royal Rumble matches, and what I mean by that,
like a battle royal.
No, just some of my favorite matches that took place at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. That's not the 30-man.
Oh, so you mean like Undertaker, Yokozuna 1 and 2?
Yes, there you go. As an example, correct. Unfortunately, they didn't make the list, but it's an example.
Son of a bitch! I'm out of here now.
Flips table in disgust. Completely roids out. No, so just to recap, since you had brought that up, just to recap, here is the list starting from 20 up to 6, because tonight is the reveal of the top 5, 1 through 5.
Man,
but really quickly, though, we'll just go over what the list was. Again, this was my own personal favorite list based on reasons that I explained for each one of these matches. Not only are the segments on our YouTube channel, our discussion on each individual match is on the YouTube channel. So if there's a specific match that I mentioned where you're kind of curious why it's on the list this high or where it is or what we thought about it, check it out on the YouTube channel at OUM Network. But match number 20 just made it on the list. Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty in 1993.
That was match Chef's kiss. If only Jannetty could have not been on the drugs.
He's still on the drugs. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Number 19, Kurt Angle versus Triple H 2001. Number 18, Edge and Shawn Michaels 2005. That's on the list. Also, really quickly, just a reminder, we said it when we talked about that match. I'll say it again. Homework. Babyface heel work. Check out this match. Number 17, CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler in 2012. This was a banger. Number 16, John Cena versus Umaga in a last man standing match in 2007. Back-to-back John Cena matches. Number 15, John Cena versus AJ Styles in 2017. The WWE versus TNA Dream match took place. Number 14, we went old school. Bret Hart versus Razor Ramon at the Royal Rumble in 1993. Classic wrestling match. Dave raved about this match. So you guys should go out there and check it out. Another match Dave raved about. Number 12, the ladder match. Chris Jericho versus Chris Benoit. The battle of the Chris's for the Intercontinental Championship. The front bump of the gods took place during this match. Go check that out. Number 11, Punk and Rock 2013. The Champions promo and the whole shebang. That went down. Love the build-up. Still mad that match ended the way that it did, but I'll get over it over to overtime. We'll see. In the top 10, another last man standing match. Shawn Michaels and Triple H in 2004. The Bloodbath, as we called it. Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt were number 9 from 2015. That was a good one. Yeah. David hated this match.
Really?
Hated it. Number 8. He did like this one, though. Number 8, the Street Fight, 2006. Ric Flair versus Vince McMahon. The chat. You think that shirt looks great on you? Put that shirt on Vince McMahon, brother.
Yo, Vince got to wear shirt. That's for sure.
You'll see some beef. Number 7.
He was pumping the back. Sure.
Number 7, the triple threat match. Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and John Cena in 2015 for the WWE Championship. Number 6, just outside of the top 5, Mick Foley and The Rock, the I Quit match in 1999. I penalized this match. That's why it wasn't in the top 5. If you want to find out why, check it out on the YouTube channel. But tonight, let's put it down here. I'm not going to forget tonight. Tonight's a big night. We're putting on banners tonight. Tonight, we are talking about my top 5. Here it is, 1 through 5. Who will go down in history as one of my favorite matches in Royal Rumble history? Joe will join us on this journey here today. But again, it's the 1 through 5 top 20 favorite non-Royal Rumble matches. Gotcha. I just went through the list. Let's kick it into high gear. Let's start it up with number 5 right here. And I got to go with a weird one, but it's in my top 5 for sure. I don't know if it would have been top 5 if I wouldn't have penalized the I Quit match, but it is. I'm going Shawn Michaels, Psycho Sid, 1997. This is the comeback for Shawn Michaels. This is after losing to Sid at the Garden at Survivor Series. So they really wanted the sympathy on Shawn. This is the Alamo Dome. It's in San Antonio. They gave him the home court advantage as the challenger. He came out with the cowboy hat and the mirror outfit and the whole shebang. This was peak pain in the ass Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say,
such a pain in the ass. In fact,
Sid quit.
That Sid became a babyface out of this goddamn program. It got to a point where the fans were like, "Fuck this guy." Yes, master of the world, all that sweaty shit. Sure, why not? Go Sid, go. They turned on Shawn at the Garden. All arrows pointed towards Shawn returning as a heel. It did not happen. He doubled down on the babyface bullshit, and it all went down here at the Royal Rumble. They ended up pulling off a really cool match. Dave, did you get you got a chance to see these matches, right? Your thoughts on Sid and Shawn Michaels one-on-one at the Rumble?
And I always want to preference this with, I know there's nostalgia behind these matches. I don't have.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it from like a very disjointed.
No, you're watching it with fresh eyes, essentially.
This is I wouldn't say it was the bottom, but it was one of the weaker matches out of the ones on the list. Mainly because my biggest gripe with this one is the chemistry between Shawn Michaels and Michael Sid.
Okay.
I'm very big on timing, as I say many times here, and their timing was just off. Shawn does a great job at selling stuff, so it still looked good. But there were many points where they both just weren't on the same page. It mostly looked like, I don't know if Shawn was going too fast or Sid just wasn't in the right place at the right time, but there were a few times. I think there was a crossbody. There was something else that was supposed to happen. I think he like kicked him out of the ring or something shit like that. We just like shoved him. There was a lot of weird timing in this match. They just didn't look. Now, if you're explaining that he is coming back from something, like he was out for a while, and now was this his
I'm not going to use that. Sid has a history of sometimes getting lost.
Okay, the timing was off. It wasn't a terrible match. I'm not going to put it bottom 10 because I think out of this whole list, there's some that can go underneath it. But for your top 5, it is the low. It is 5 out of the top 5. That's where it be because it was weaker from the rest of them, for sure.
Fair enough.
It felt
Stephen James joins us tonight.
Hey,
Vince, and Sid looked like an absolute star, but he is a bit clunky.
There you go. That's the way you say it. I didn't say it didn't look great. It just clunky is a great word for this. That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, Joe, do you have any strong memories of this match?
I had fun with this one. 97 was a great year. Everybody was alive. Things were good. I didn't have to pay for pizza. That was good times. And I definitely would say that this was, one of those, as Steve said, clunky, not to steal, but I am gonna. But this was a time where I got annoyed with the WWE because they kept throwing these monsters at Shawn Michaels, and it's kind of like the original Rey Mysterio effect in my purview. It's like, this is not believable. This guy, Sid, is like 60 feet tall fighting this dude that's, average, above average for sure. But I never really jived with the Shawn Michaels era. Kind of when I was like, what's WCW doing?
In 1997?
Yeah.
There was see if you vibe with me on this. Would you consider 97
this is the In Your House years, right?
Well, 96 had In Your Houses. The In Your Houses started late 95, but would you consider 97 the start of the Attitude Era?
Was that when DX started off with all that?
Yeah.
When they crushed the LOD?
Shortly
after this, yeah.
After this,
I suppose.
Not shortly. My bad. Not shortly. It was toward the end of this, actually.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of DX. That wasn't my jive either. Because
you weren't a fan of DX?
No.
Oh my God. Let me guess. They were disgusting. Is that what it is? It was a morality thing?
No, it wasn't morality.
So crass. So crass.
I loved LOD and have this like roadie trash LOD. It was like, what? Are you fucking serious? I was like, nope, I'm out.
Listen, I was in the building when that match happened, and you're not alone in that thought process.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, the blind eye. This is bullshit promo.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So yeah, you mentioned earlier, Dave, about the nostalgia behind it. It does. I said this a bit when we first started doing the list that sometimes the matches are either higher or lower depending on where my nostalgia is with that. But I always hold this match in high regard because as a kid, I was a big Shawn Michaels guy. Big Shawn Michaels guy. One time he came to Age of Reason, Bret Hart was the tide had switched a little bit, especially since I found out what kind of an asshole he was actually being. I kind of decided to switch sides on that one. I came around eventually on both of them. But yeah, Psycho says
I always knew. Fuck that dude.
Yeah. Joe, this one's for you.
Joe, what's up, Jack? It's a former barkeep friend of mine.
Well, he chimes in with, what about Sean's hair? Oh, good question. Hold on a second. I don't recall if anything.
Is this when he started going bald?
Oh, I would doubt that. That didn't happen for another couple of years. That bald spot just absolutely, you couldn't get away from it. I know that he was wearing
on. Don't worry.
Oh, maybe he's run to something. I'm looking at some of the pictures here. I can't share them, but they're a little bit on the thinning side, I guess. We forgot to mention Jose Lothario in all this. This was when the manager, when he had his old trainer out there
came back,
against his goddamn will, because he's just like, Jesus Christ, why do I have Jose Lothario with me? All right, so that's number 5, Shawn Michaels versus Psycho Sid. Good times. My number 4 match, and to Dave's point, I think it might be a nostalgia thing again, but that's okay. It actually goes beyond nostalgia.
Hold on, though.
Okay,
this match was good. This one was good, and it ended even like the ending was fire. Like this was good. So I would put in the same. No, don't do that.
Edge versus Edge versus Rey Mysterio was on this list. The 2008 Royal Rumble, and I think personally, and my wife kind of jumped down my throat about it. I don't know if this match would have been on. I don't know if this match would have been as high as it is if I wasn't there. I was there for this match. I was there for this Rumble. I was there for this match. Live, this match was fire. This was a dope World's title match, World's Heavyweight Championship match between Edge and Rey Mysterio. And it, like Dave said, crazy finish with the springboard spear right in the middle. 1, 2, 3. The short walk. This might have been, if my memory serves correct, this is one of the last times they used that side entrance at the Garden. When they used to have the short walk on the side, and they used to have the
I missed that one. I don't know why. I just made the ring bigger.
I do. I also loved the idea of the hard can facing that entranceway. There was something visual about that I think was.
I don't know. Cool. You know what it does? It just reminds me of a video game. I don't know why. You see like that WrestleMania video game vibe with the old school Nintendo 64. I don't know. It just gives me that old school vibe.
That No Mercy walk.
Yeah. I don't know. I noticed it when I watched it today. You pointed it out. So,
Joe, do you remember this match? Edge Mysterio? No,
not at all. Not at all. Remember, you just gave me both the sides of the coin that I hated in wrestling. It's like you have these monsters fighting dudes my size, and I'm like, there's no way my height is gonna like do anything to these type of dudes. So it was like, Check it out.
This particular big guy is a really athletic big guy, though.
yeah, for sure.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't really consider Edge. He's not a big guy. I mean, he's not a little guy, but he's not a big guy.
He's a big dude. He's like 6'5", 270. He's not a small guy. He just wrestles big.
Like when
I mean, excuse me, the other way. He doesn't.
He's 6'5". He's a big dude.
Yeah, when he was on the shit, when he came back from the neck, he was pushing almost 300 pounds at 6'5". When he was like a brick shit house, like Rob Zombie fucking Edge, when he was like the big guy, he was fucking.
I'm not saying he's a small dude. I'm just saying, like, when I think big guy, I think like.
Here's the foot.
Like those are big guys.
Do you consider Psycho Sid a big guy?
Hell yeah.
Hell, he's not, and it's funny because when
he's 3 inches tall,
but he's fucking like big,
large.
Like I would
humongous.
I know he's you. From the sound of it, it sounds like Edge is bigger than Shawn Michaels.
Much.
Okay.
Much, yeah.
He's 5 inches bigger, and I think he's like,
hey, yo. No, but
every inch matters. Trust me.
I don't know. When I see
all
Edge,
be accounted for.
Like I said,
yes,
not a small guy, but
no, he's not.
Edge as a big guy.
He's a big dude.
I just don't.
He's bigger than John Cena.
Fair point.
He and The Rock are the same height. I'll put it that way.
John Cena's dancing the line of a big guy.
But
if he was taller,
he's the shortest of the group. Yeah.
If he was taller, he'd be a big guy. He's got the width. He just don't got the height.
Okay, again, Dave, is The Rock a big guy?
No.
Yeah.
No. Rock is huge.
He's a tank.
He's a dumb beast.
I'm not saying they're small. They're just not big guys. That's all I'm saying.
He's a big dude, man.
So are you saying there's like a middle ground? It's like small guys.
He's like,
like
heavyweight and then super heavyweight. Is that what you're saying?
You and I are going to revisit who big guys are, who big guys are. But Edge to me is on the bigger side, but he's not a big guy. So I hate Rey Mysterio against big guys. So I'm making this case specifically to prove my own point, like stand on my own business here. This is like borderline for me with Rey Mysterio of being like believable and it actually being able to enjoy the match. But that might be to the point of what he said a second ago, where he's a more agile big guy. So it's a little, it's kind of deceiving a little bit. He moves like a little guy or a smaller guy. So to me, I guess that's why it comes off like this was a little bit more believable than like him versus Kane or like him versus like Big Show and shit like that.
Yeah,
that's what I don't like that. But this was good. I
think you're right. That needs to be discussed. What's the cutoff on big guy? Because
we'll figure it out.
5.
You want me to? That's gonna be my thing. I'm gonna like build a list.
6'2" and above is huge.
Randy's 6'5", but I wouldn't consider him like
Macho Man.
Like there's no Orton. Sorry, Randy Orton.
Oh, Randy's 6'5".
Because he doesn't, but he doesn't have that width that Dave's talking about. Where it's like a very slender 6'5".
I think that's literally the word that was in my head.
Even slender. When he ate, remember Joe when he was doing the big boy gimmick, he was like, "I'm 280 now. I'm 280." I'm like, and then he came back recently. I'm like, "You're not 280 no more, homie. You've been skipping meals." He got thin again. I was like, "Oh, he wasn't liking the heavy shit," so they got him off that diet, but. You know,
aside from me, it's like Danny DeVito versus The Rock. That's what I.
I mean, I don't disagree. I get it.
Yeah, this matchup was fire. You guys,
wait. Is Dave Bautista a big man?
Batista.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know how I don't look it up. I got the answer.
I'd put him as a big guy.
He's shorter than Edge.
He's big as fuck, though, dude.
Yeah.
Edge is a big fucking dude, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
All right. Let me put it this way: if you're in a dark alley and a man 6'5" comes at you, and I know you're shorter than me, and I ain't a tall motherfucker.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a 6'5" motherfucker comes at you. Does it matter what the width is? It's just dark, and there's a giant like shadow.
Actually.
I would. If I'm describing him to the cops, I'd be like, tall dude, medium build. Tall dude, medium build. He wasn't a big guy. He was just kind of big. Like that's how I would describe him.
It's like death just walked in the shadows.
If I'm being 100% honest, if a 6'2" or 6'1" big, like Batista big, walked up to me, I would try to make him understand that words matter, and we should use.
We won't be playing Scrabble for her, and I fear.
I would let him know. Listen, I'm not gay. If it will get me out of this situation.
Now, if a 6 foot, now if a 6'5" guy, taller than what I just said, 6'5" guy, but he's slender, walked up to me, I'm swinging.
Yeah,
I have a shot. I have a shot.
I think we got something to talk about. Because
I mean, if he's a beanstalk, it's one thing, but these dudes aren't beanstalks because you have to keep in mind.
Like this, in the scenario that we just gave,
we spent a lot of time talking about men's sizes.
Like Edge's.
Isn't that what wrestling all about?
Edge's height and him being lean, and then Batista's height and him being big. In this scenario, I'm talking to Dave. He's like, "No, you're a smart man. We could do this." I'm swinging on Edge. I'm swinging. I got a shot. It's
one of those things, like Drew McIntyre. You swinging on Drew?
Drew's a big guy.
He's kind of like
100%. Yeah. And he should not be moving.
Kind of in the same build.
We'll get into Drew later, but
I'm coming into Edge like little like the dude from Punch Out, little Mac. I'm getting my little Mac. Hit him in the tummy. That's it.
Build some stars up.
Yeah.
It's over, son. For the record, for the record, he's 52. It won't take too many of those to get him to see the birdies.
I don't know.
He's
in shape 52 versus R42.
He's in shape, but the jaw is still 50 years old, man.
You better pray that's a lot to reach for 6'5".
First of all, that's a lot. If you think at his age he's chain wrestling and successfully walking away, you're out of your mind.
I ain't saying he's chain wrestling.
As soon as we get into an argument, no, he's gonna have.
Can you imagine here comes the swing and he goes, "Oh, you fucked up."
You know I gotta kill you, right?
You know it's over, right?
Now, for the record, he's 52, but I'm 42, and
right.
when we start wrestling, we're both gonna walk away from this hurt and with regret. But I'm not going out like that. We
But Batista, on the other hand,
no. See, with Dave, he's a smart dude. We can have a dialogue about it. Yeah, I just saw his commercial the other day about Donald Trump. He kind of gets it. We're on the same page.
Dave's a good dude. I love meeting him.
Dave is that dude when he wants to be.
But he's real skinny now. Actually, he lost all that muscle mass.
You're right. He dropped like 80 pounds recently.
He dropped 80 pounds, bro.
Fuck Dave Batista up. No, wait,
beat the fuck out of Dave Batista.
He's on the Ozempic diet now, right?
Break his knees.
Yeah, I'll watch him slowly wither. Okay, here we go. My third match on the list. This is going to be met with controversy, but I don't care. It is the Hardy Boys and the Dudleys tables match. Now, the only reason I say that it's going to be met with controversy is because I have a reputation of hating multiple man ladder matches. This was the Genesis. This was well, not the Genesis. Technically, No Mercy with Edge and Christian and the Hardys was the Genesis, but that was in our opinion. Even when we were watching it live, Joe, you could tell me what you were thinking at the time. But when that ladder match happened between the Hardys and Edge and Christian, I felt like it was obviously like everybody else. It was a dope match. Yeah, but I always felt like it was a one-off. Like I don't know if we'll ever see anything like that. Yeah, and then this match happened, and it was the Hardys and the Dudleys. And that's when everyone's minds got working. If we put these three together, they're going to do some stupid shit. Now, this match was always one of my favorite matches. If for no other reason, the opening promo with Bubba and his
oh, yeah.
The Hardy Boys to take their heads put it between their legs and kiss their sorry asses goodbye.
No. Didn't he say stinking asses?
Stinking asses. Yeah.
That shit was cracking me up.
Yeah, that was funny. The lead up, the execution, this was prime. I'd put it up high. I agree with you on this for sure.
I used to criticize. The only criticism I ever had for the match was that I always felt like they were running through it. If you watch this match from beginning to end, it is nonstop octane. They're just going through shit. I find out later that the reason why it was so fast is because when they originally got the match, it was like 15, 18 minutes. And then we get closer to the event, you're down to about 12 or 10. When they got behind the curtain, they said you got 8 minutes.
Go.
So they went, that's why when you watch this match, the Hardy Boys run through their entrance. They go right through the curtain straight into the goddamn ring because they're trying to at least get most of it in. So what we saw was the cliff notes of what they actually had planned. Matt goes, the only thing really missing is we would have allotted more time to sell for some of the stuff that we were doing, but we didn't have time. So we were just like, just go and just see what happens.
I think it turned out
about 3 minutes. What?
It turned out all right. It was still to this day. And then the Swanton bomb off the taxi cab, not taxi cab, off the platform that was on the side there. Fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. This match, David will vouch, single-handedly had me jumping off of high shit for a long period of time. Jumping off of tractor trailers onto mattresses and all kinds of weird shit. The fact that I'm here today with a working, functioning spine is kind of amazing. But we used to do a lot of crazy shit. This was kind of the genesis of that, where it's just like, this was, you know how they say Jeff Hardy is responsible for everybody doing crazy shit? Like, this is the era right here of peak Jeff Hardy just dying over and over and finding so many people in which to die with. That's the beautiful part. They were all signing up to die right along with him. So, Dave, I am almost afraid to ask. But you know, what thumbs up or thumbs down on this one? Where did you land at?
It's one of the OGs. They moved. They set everything up fast. It's funny that you say they had 8 minutes, and the thing that they wish they could do was sell more. But these guys are so good at what they do. I didn't even
notice
it. Like the way they rotated who ate what. Like that spot where they set the fucking steps up with the table over top of it, and you went up top, and Matt just ate shit. And then Devon moves out of the way, and he lays on the table, sees Jeff coming, and moves, and then Jeff just comes flying. That shit was fire, though. This is what I'm telling you for. Timing. Everything was flowing. It didn't look like Devon was laying on the table waiting for the next spot. He looked like he just saved his ass, realized someone was coming at him full speed, and fucking moved. It was all believable, the way they moved, the way they timed everything. That was fucking, I don't know if it would have been worse if it was anybody else, because they didn't get a chance to sell, but because it was these two tag teams, they did that shit perfectly. I didn't even realize that. One of the comments actually when I was watching goes, I wish it's insane how much they did in like a few minutes or something like that. Like they weren't really out there long, and that's when I like tapped the screen and realized, oh shit, this is a very short match that they got all this shit in. This was fantastic.
Yeah, one of my favorite matches for sure. I already mentioned the No Mercy match that happened in the October of '99. It was the ladder match between Edge and Christian and the Hardys that led to the tables match at the Royal Rumble. And of course, as everybody remembers, the three teams at WrestleMania stealing the show, match of the year with the triangle ladder match. Was not the TLC match just yet. It was just the triangle ladder match where where Edge and Christian would walk away the tag team champion. So this was the start of that. So we go from a TLC match, quite possibly one of the greatest professional wrestling matches.
Yeah, this was a technical masterpiece.
History. Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit.
AKA Stevie Richards.
Stevie Richards. You know how old that joke is?
I think my cousins weren't born when it started.
Yo, so Stevie has his own podcast. He has his own thing going on YouTube, and he did a whole segment where he was talking about that triple threat match between Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit as if he was in the match, because the joke is that that's where he was. He was in the match, and there were so many confused people in the comments. They're like, "What is he doing?" And they're like, "Oh, you guys didn't see the game where it was this." There were so many people lost. What is he talking about?
That's
Wasn't
amazing.
that Chris Benoit? They were so old at this point, but yes, wildly regarded as quite possibly pound for pound one of the best pure wrestling matches in WWE history. Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, number 2 on the list for me. They had history. This happened in 2003, but peak Kurt Angle versus Benoit happened just a year or two before that, in 2002, when they just balled out. They were going through a series of matches against each other. Eventually, their rivalry led to teaming with each other. And if I could throw this match out there that's not on this list, if I could do this for Survivor Series, I will. The triple threat tag team match, Kurt Angle and Benoit against Edge and Mysterio against Eddie and Chavo, is still, I think, one of the greatest tag team matches of all time. They were on a fucking run by the time we got here. And then, of course, this match taking place. Joe, what were your memories of this match? Do you remember?
Man, I was all in on this one. This was phenomenal. This is one of the last Royal Rumbles I watched with my grandmother. And I remember
she got to watch a classic.
Yeah, she went out on a good note, man. It was a phenomenal match. The technicalities were great when like Benoit his leg up and then Kurt like grabbed it, but then he like missile drop kicked him out of nowhere. It was just like the setups, the layups were just amazing. And what a shame, the CET did what it did to Chris Benoit, aka Stevie Richards.
That's a podcast. I'm 340 episodes in, and I still don't know why I haven't done a Benoit segment yet. But yeah, for some reason I'm not afraid to talk about it. I just don't know why it hasn't come up yet. I've definitely brought him up on the show before.
You could do a whole thing about the occult and
I actually would love one day to do something with the CTE conversation, because I feel like sometimes there's a lot of misinformation about it.
The CTE and the cult version is like that. The conspiracy, because a lot of people don't want to believe that
Kevin Sullivan did it.
Yeah, exactly. There's always a tinfoil hat that's going to come up with something.
We all know it was good old Kevin. Who was trying to get revenge for Nancy. We understand what it is.
And he sacrificed to Bahamut.
Dave,
in this career.
Dave, for a list that had a lot of blow-off matches, like I said at the beginning of it, where it was just like last man standing, we just did a tables match, it's a casket match on here. For a straight up just wrestling match, just singles wrestling match, is 2 the right spot? You think this is too high or right where it needs to be? Or
on your list, I think I would actually bump this down a little bit more, because there was a couple other ones that I liked a lot, but this would definitely deserves to be in top 5. I'd have to like comb over the list about like how I liked it, but I would definitely see this match top 5 for sure. Like you kind of knew what you were getting right off. Like Kurt Angle and Benoit, you're gonna get a very technical wrestling match, and that's exactly what they gave you. I hesitate to like always bring up something negative, but I feel like it just went just a few seconds too long. It was like we could have ended it like 2 or 3 reversals early. You know what I mean? Like at one point we were just going back and forth and rolling. But I could imagine, I tried to take myself out of like watching it like today or whatever, and be in that moment where these two are like highly regarded as some of the best technical wrestlers, and they just won't give up going back and forth. So no, this deserves to be in top 5. I don't know if it was number 2. It may be. I don't know, but it was damn good. It really was. I'm feeling like a lot of the Benoit matches were fucking fire. You got another one in here way too fucking low. The Chris Jericho, like that's way too low. That's I'd even put that over this one.
The Kurt Angle Benoit was fire, man. That was
but
the ferocity that both of them brought.
No, but he really liked Benoit and Jericho.
That Chris Jericho Benoit.
Yeah, I mean, those two have been going at it for decades, so they know move for move. So.
Lionheart versus the Pegasus Kid.
Yeah,
it was good. This match deserves to be up there for sure.
All right. Well, my number one, my personal favorite. Number one with a bullet. I could watch it all day long. Classic. Triple H and Cactus Jack.
Wow.
The street fight in 2000. By far my favorite of all time. The storytelling. Despite it being a street fight, the build up to this with the firing of Mankind, only for him to tear off the shirt and reveal the. You're right, Triple H. Mankind.
That's a good fucking Foley, bro.
Enough to win at the Royal Rumble, but I know someone who is. And he took everything out. His name is Cactus Jack. And this match, fucking phenomenal. It's as Stone Cold put it. It's the match that Triple H needed. This was it. Triple H up until this point was just a wrestler. That's it. He was just a wrestler, a guy who did wrestling, and he did the wrestling really, really good. But this match was so good. He was the suplex on the pallet with the hole in the leg, and then the tacks, taking a pedigree on the tacks.
Oh.
The handcuffs. To try to reenact the situation that happened last year with The Rock and tease the audience. Is he going to bash his brains in the street fight? Just everything talked about it. The small little detail that I remember my mom picking this up. When Triple H does his entrance, Steph comes out with him.
Right.
And you know what? That should have been an indication right there that I was going to get married to a Stephanie. That should have been the flag right there, but I ran by it. He kissed her and sent her to the back. And my mom was like, uh-oh. How bad is this about to be? It was bad. They were both pretty fucked up. And hold on. Steve put in here, incredible match, which they diminished with No Way Out right after. We did that with Triple H, Edge, and Orton. WWE hasn't had a guy like that since. Well, that's because the generation that followed wanted to be popular, not exactly useful. So can I just for a second, the No Way Out match that happened after this. So that was the end of the program, essentially. At the No Way Out show, everybody remembers Triple H and Cactus Jack being in the Hell in a Cell. Cactus Jack's career was on the line. If he loses, then he has to leave WWE, which he lost, and he had to leave WWE, except he didn't. He was at Wrestlemania right after. But after that, he was gone. I'm still pissed to this day because that No Way Out pay-per-view was in Hartford, Connecticut, which at the time was only about 30 minutes from my house because we lived in Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
And we really, really wanted to go. Because another reason my mom really, really, really wanted to push the issue, that No Way Out pay-per-view in 2000 was on my birthday. February 25th, 2000 was my 17th birthday. And my mom was like, oh, we should go. Sold out. Couldn't go. So we ended up watching it on when the tickets went on sale, it was like, obviously it's a February show. It went on sale before January.
Yeah.
So she was like, kind of.
Sometimes you can get like a will call.
Right, but they announced that the pay-per-view. I dropped something. Hold on one second. That it was gonna be in Hartford. We went looking for tickets, couldn't get tickets, so I said, "Fuck it, I'll just watch it." So I'm watching Raw, and all of a sudden, there's a retirement Hell in a Cell match taking place in Hartford, and I went, "Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you kidding me? Yeah. The sold-out show I can't go to is gonna have a Hell in a Cell on it? God damn it! That's all right. I've been to 4 WrestleManias ever since, so I can't cry.
There you go. Can't beat that.
But
I've been in my film WrestleManias.
This particular match to me hits home. Dave, number 1, what did you think?
On this list, yeah, I would. It would have.
You don't have to make it number 1. Yeah, you don't have to make it number 1.
No, I'm saying on this list. I think I would have probably made this number 1, and it was a good point about Foley really just kind of like these hardcore matches. We'll never get anybody like this, man. He can, like you said, he can make you he can turn you or get you taken seriously from someone who does one type of wrestling and kind of bring you to a whole new world just because of the way that he does these matches. And was this the first time Triple H ever had one of these hardcore matches like this with the tax and the
this degree? Yes. Another time that Triple H had like this insane hardcore match again was Cactus Jack at Madison Square Garden on Raw. So it was about 3 years prior to this. So Triple H, from what I understand, I've seen enough documentaries to have heard it from him. Him and Mick had great chemistry when they first started working together, but after a while, Triple H started kind of resenting Mick because it started appearing that while Triple H was having good matches, he couldn't seem to have a great one without Mick.
Yeah.
And it was starting to really get to him. So he kind of started staying away from Mick and started doing his own thing. And he didn't really want to get programmed with him. And he didn't really want to get it because he wanted to kind of do it on his own. So when he did, finally, he's the WWE champion. He's the guy. He still wasn't really getting the credit as a top guy at the time. And he knew he needed that one match, just one knockdown drag out. I need to show the audience that I'm the real deal. So he phoned an old friend. So let's do it one more time and see how it works. It ended up working out for both of them because let's be honest, Mick needed it too. Mick was having good matches and he was a former champion, but remember, he was champion for like a week, then he was champion for like a couple days.
I hated that about Mick Foley's run, man. They never really let him shine.
Yeah. So they both kind of walked into this match, and those are forget WWE. The best professional wrestling matches in the world are always between two people who really want to make this shit hot. Who were really both zoned in on making sure we both look great. And they were both willing to go in there. As Mick said, we were both willing to die that night. Whatever it took to walk away. And yeah, I'll never forget the behind the scenes footage of the aftermath when both of them walked to the WWE, like recorded some footage. I think it's on YouTube of like Triple H in the doctor's office. They're looking at the hole in the leg. He's barely able to breathe. And they're looking at Mick because he's got tacks that just won't come out of his head. They're like trying to, it's a whole thing, but it was such a beautiful fucking story. Oh my God. It was so fucking cool. One of the greatest goddamn main events in Royal Rumble history, for sure. Not even a fucking thought about it. So that is the list. I'm super excited to have done that list because it gave me a chance to watch the matches again.
Yeah.
So it's just like, because I want to refresh. I don't want to just go based off memory. So I was watching all these matches all over again. And my wife was so confused because I'm watching a 2017 match, then I'm watching a 1993 match, then I'm watching like no particular order in her head. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why am I watching Razor Ramon and Bray Wyatt in the span of an hour? What is happening? What is the fluidity to this?
Can I just say that the Triple H round circular belt was the worst WWE belt ever.
Oh, really? The worst?
Ugh, like a giant quarter.
Oh, when you say it like that, I mean,
I am the quarter champion.
You know, I think it might have looked that way more for him because of the way that because if I remember correctly, Triple H might have been the only person that I can think of who ever won that belt and actually wore it around his waist.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't recall Steve doing it. I don't recall Rock doing it.
No, Steve always carried it and threw it around like it was a trinket.
I think Taker did. But
he had
the coat going, so he it's hard to put it over. It's hard to put it over your shoulder and
wear all that shit. Yeah,
wear all that shit. It would be very difficult to do.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's the list there.